record on my computer. And now it instantly starts recording, which is awesome. All right, and I'm going to share my screen. So this is the asthma attack from the first week, right? Do you guys remember that one?
Allergic reaction, though, wasn't it?
Well, that was the JB scenario,
Oh.
or the simulation that you did, and then we had an asthma attack. Sorry, she looked confused.
I didn't get one.
Well, let me show you. Okay, so I'm going to show my screen, and let me show you. Actually, let me pull it up first before I share. Go away. Go away. I'm going to pull. All right, so I found what I wanted. And let's go through it. So the general call, we can run through it real quick. It's an asthma attack. You're dispatched for one feeling short of breath at a soccer game. He's a patient. He's a forward, which means they run a lot. I think all soccer players run a lot, except for the goalies. He's playing at a soccer tournament, okay? 32-year-old male. His name's Clint, but that doesn't freaking matter. I don't know why they're putting that in here. The scene is an outdoor soccer field, and you are a BLS crew doing standby for this event. You don't have any first responders with you, and you have an EMT partner. So you're an EMT, you have an EMT partner. And let's just look at this. This isn't giving anything away, all right? ABCs, the airway's patent, his breathing's rapid, shallow, he's having an asthma attack, he's pale, diaphoretic, and he's cyanotic around the mouth. Okay, so that tells us stuff. His heart rate 130, blood pressure 136, so that's elevated. 136 over 82, that's okay, that's not bad. Respiratory, dang, 40 a minute and shallow, all right? Room air oxygen is 89%, so that's not great. That's not horrible, but it's not good. End title's 55, a little elevated. That wouldn't raise any eyebrows. And a sugar of 88, that's good. And so let's read real quick about the history of what he's feeling. Signs and symptoms, he's got retractions, so which means he's working hard. He's using his accessory muscles to help him breathe. That's not good. And on top of that, showing you that it's more severe, that will also really fatigue people. If you get people having a hard time breathing and they're really struggling to breathe and using those accessory muscles, they're getting really tired really, really quick. The patient is speaking in only 2 to 3 word sentences, or 2 to 3 word bursts. That's called dyspnea. And if you see people breathing like that, you can tell that they're really short of breath. Prolonged expiration, that's pretty classic for asthma. And then he's in the tripod position. So all these signs and symptoms are showing us that he's really struggling to breathe. Oh, Josie joined the party. What's up, Josie? Oh, she's connecting. Do you guys, hang on, I'm gonna stop sharing. Hey, Josie. Recording, okay. Hey, Josie, we're recording this, so you're gonna be on camera. You're all gonna be super famous on my YouTube channel. All right, now I can't see anybody, so if you have a question, you gotta let me know. Wait, I gotta share my screen first. Oh, I'm so dumb. Okay, there's the screen share. So here's how, I know. Just, do you want me to send this to you as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Stop share. Stop recording. Keep recording. Okay, finally, 31 minutes into it. I think we can start doing this. All right. Okay, so real quick, can you guys see my screen? The skeleton part?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So chief complaint, and now you wouldn't normally put all of this stuff in here. This is just to help you organize it, okay? If you're gonna write in the SOAP method. Now I don't write mine in SOAP method, I write mine a bit different, but so forgive me if I kind of jump around a little bit. I'll try not to. I always want a good way of opening up. So I'd like to always put why you're there and what you're there for. So a bit of an intro would be EMS crew is a dedicated truck providing EMS something like that. So this sets you up. This is an intro statement that sets up why you're there. So if you were dispatched here, it'd be EMS is dispatched to a soccer field for one feeling short of breath, right? So a quick intro, but you're not. You're here on standby. So we're going to write that in there like that. All right. And it needs to. That's all it needs to be. That's it, right? On a standby event. Chief complaint, and I always write it like patient reports. Anytime a patient says something to me, patient states or patient reports. I don't know why I put it like that. It just to me, it makes it kind of really straightforward and really direct. Patient reports, he's feeling, or reports, I say, patient, oh my God, how to write it at work. Patient states he's feeling short of breath and believes he's having an asthma attack.
Did anybody just like pay for ambulance services?
What's that?
Like, can anyone privately pay for an ambulance service to be there?
Sure.
At an event?
Yeah, they don't pay us for this. We don't, the cities we cover don't pay us.
So they just like call you and say to go to this place?
Yeah, so play and we'll, I don't know if we get paid for standby. I'm not quite sure because we do a lot of standby. All right, so chief complaint, patient feels like he's short of breath and believes he's having an asthma attack. Patient states, this began suddenly about, let's say like 20 minutes ago while he was playing in the soccer game. So that's what he was doing when the asthma attack started. Now I might write, well, actually that's going to go on the next one. Patient states his asthma is made worse with exercise.
This is why I don't exercise.
What's that? That's why you don't.
This is why I don't exercise.
And if you'll see how I write this, I make it very dry. This shouldn't be a fun story to read. It should be an informative story to read. Patient states he's been running for anyway. Patient states his breathing is better after resting. So the whole point of the OP, QRST questions, and the event's not one of them. The whole point is just for us to understand this better. You've heard me say time and time again, I got a rule in the ambulance that the patient shouldn't have to say one word to you in order for you to do your job effectively. Shouldn't have to say one word. You should be able to walk up to anybody and assess them regardless of them communicating with you. This just helps us understand it a bit better. But is still severe. I might write that. Quality. Now, how the heck would we ask a quality question about someone's asthma attack? What does it feel like? It feels like he can't breathe. So we don't really need to say anything about quality, right? So radiates. How the hell are you having shortness of breath anywhere else in your body? Like, we can't ask questions like that, right? It doesn't make any sense. But this is a good question to where you can ask about other pain, right? So I might say something like patient denies pain or other complaint. So I might say something like that in my narrative. to kind of satisfy that radiates. Now, you don't have to answer all these questions in your narrative. These questions are just a guideline, right? Just a guideline. You do not have to say all of these. So as far as radiates go, I might put that under my secondary complaints because I like to keep my report organized. So I actually might take that out. So I'm not going to say anything for radiates because, or you might say patient denies pain associated with his breathing, with his difficulty breathing. Might say something like that, right? Severity, patient rates the severity of difficulty breathing at 8 out of 10. No, go away, jeez. And then time, there's really not, I'm not gonna put in a question or a statement about time. I don't need to, right? So we're gonna go to secondary complaints. Patient denies other complaints. And this will take us down into our pertinent negatives. Pertinent negatives are very important. This took me a long time to learn how to write pertinent negatives in a chart. Pertinent negatives are important information. So what else are you feeling? Because we don't just walk and be like, oh, the only thing you're complaining about is shortness of breath. Well, okay, good, done. Well, he's playing soccer, right? Could he have gotten injured playing soccer? Probably not, because there are a bunch of wimps. But you never know. Like, real injuries in soccer do happen. You know, you could take a cleat or something like that, or get hit or kicked, or take a ball to the face, or they probably get more hurt flopping around, trying to act like they're hurt than they actually do get for reals hurt. Drives me absolutely crazy. So pertinent negatives would be, and I always do a top-down approach to my pertinent negatives. Always, to help me keep organized, I start at the head and work my way down. And I ask the major ones. Now you could get really creative and put in a ton of pertinent negatives, you know, but you don't have to. I do the big ones. So I say patient denies headache. Who just logged in? What was that? Whatever. Patient denies headache, dizziness. Those are two really important things to ask about on every patient. Every patient. Chest discomfort. Abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, and trauma. I always say that. Actually, I don't say it that way. It's nausea, vomiting. Patient denies recent illness or injury. And I'll say patient denies recent medication changes. This is just for my own report. I have such a hard time abandoning that, but I'll write this on everybody because I ask about these things. These are really, really big things. One thing I also ask about is patient denies recent stress. I've had so much luck asking these questions in the real world, where any recent stress going on. People are like, well, no, I mean, I just foreclosed on my house and, you know, I passed out today. And it's like, well, okay. Or I just got divorced, or I'm, you know, it's incredible what people go through that they just, you know, oh, whatever. I don't want to complain about it. It's not that big of a deal. Well, it really is a big deal, you know? All right, so allergies. You can see on the sheet that he's allergic to, I think, penicillin. Is that what it said? Everyone's always allergic to penicillin. So whenever you do a narrative, they're always allergic to penicillin because it's such an easy one to say. So we say, okay, just write penicillin. His medications that he takes Advair and albuterol inhaler. Past medical history, asthma. Now, helps if you spell right. Now, what's important in his past medical history is that he's been intubated. Patient reports previous intubation for asthma. That's really important because what that tells you is his asthma attacks get super severe if they're let go, right? If you intubate somebody with asthma attack, it could be a death sentence. It really could. That's what I've been told about it. Thank God I've never had to actually intubate somebody who's having an asthma attack. But it's really, really, really bad for them. They'll keep these guys in the ER and let them really, really struggle through breathing, hopefully trying to avoid having to tube them because it's very bad for them. Last food, again, I don't put this in my chart, but if you know, for you putting this up on FizzDap so that you're not getting called out about it, just say, you know, patient reports eating oranges and Gatorade. Something like that. Okay, so let's do this real quick. Let's start deleting this skeleton. Boop. Boop. Oh, actually, I would leave that in there. Shoot. Medications. Oh, that's not bad to leave in there. Oh, Underwood. So dumb. Medical history. Last food. Okay, no, I want to delete these. And this is just for the first part. And let's combine them. Okie dokie, combine. Up. And if you want to leave like the subjective in there, you can do that, but you don't have to. So look at that. Now you have a nice little paragraph there describing exactly what you're there for. Do you see how nice and concise that is? Not a whole bunch of garbage in there, just kind of tells you what's going on, right? So let's do the same thing down here for our objective. This is what you observe in the patient. So patient is a 29, is he 29?
He's 32 years old.
Is he 32?
Yeah.
You're 32. He's 32 years old. Thank you. 32-year-old male. Found standing tripod on the side of a soccer field. Patient is, now see, what I forgot to put in here is like a general description of the patient. So right here would be like general impression. Patient is wearing a soccer uniform, soccer jersey, whatever you want to say. Patient appears, what did I spell wrong? Jersey. And appears to be struggling to breathe. So that's a great intro statement. That tells you who he is. Patient is AO times 4 with panicked behavior. Because when people are air hungry, they get really, really panicked, right? Oh, well, I just took care of the behavior part. Breathing is, is labored with 2 to 3 word dyspnea, retractions and accessory muscle use. And patient is standing tripod. Hands on. Lung sounds are weak. And you could say in here, there was also the description that noted prolonged, you say prolonged Circulation. Oh, I might actually, again, this is what we do when we write reports, is rapid and labored with 2 to 3 word dyspnea. Again, going through this is what I do on my charts all the time at work, is I add certain descriptions, not too much, just a few to help kind of solidify the report. Strong, regular radial pulses. Oh my gosh, Paul says skin is pale and with noted sinuses around mouth. Oh, whoops. He's sweaty too, right? Pale and sweaty. No bleeding or trauma reported. Right? So there's a quick objective. Now again, if we take away the skeleton part of it, we have ourselves pretty good. There you go. We have ourselves a good, holy smokes, I'm gonna mute everybody. We have a pretty good little objective statement about who the patient is, right? Are you guys all following along? Am I going too fast, or are you doing okay? If anyone needs me to slow down, tell me, and I will. But so there we go. So there's a good objective statement about this patient. So now we got to do our vitals. So, or not our vitals, our physical assessment, right? So keep it really simple. Don't go overboard. You could say cyanosis around mouth. Audible wheezes, something like that. Pupils equal and reactive to light. Thank you, Sarsh. Weren't you the one that gave me a hard time about that yesterday? Yeah. Neck, no JVD. So dumb. I don't look for you. Believe you me, you'll notice JVD when it's there. When it's not there, it's not even. Do you guys know what JVD is? Do you know what it looks like? Does anyone not know what it looks like? I can see nods. If anyone doesn't know what it looks like, you can do it easily. No? Everyone knows? Okay, don't worry about it. It's just when your veins stick up, right? Like right up here. That's all JVD is. I could make myself have JVD right now, but I don't want to pass out or shit myself. So chest, excess, muscle use and retractions, wheezing, lung sounds. You could say equal, rise, fall. See, I don't write this. I don't write this normally in my chart, in my narrative. So you could say soft non-tender times 4, extremities, CMS intact, cap refill under 2 seconds. So not too difficult, right? Just put something. It doesn't have to be crazy, okay? The vitals, we just do like what do you say? Like 140 over 80, something like that. Actually, let's make it correct because you're gonna be submitting this. 136.82, heart rate 130, 40, 89, okay. 136 over 82, heart rate 130, respiratory rate 40, shallow. I would say, and labored. SpO2, 89% room air. And they give us an end tidal of 55 and a VGL of 88. Go back here, put blood pressure. Okay. And then your second vitals, throw them in. Now, if you do things correctly, you get better results. If you do things inappropriately, you get bad results, right? So if you give this person oxygen right away, and we'll get to that in a minute, their vitals will kind of stabilize a little bit. They're not great, but like the oxygen comes up a little bit. So let's just do that real quick. Heart rate 135, 140, 85. Okay. Let's try 30, shallow labored, SpO2, 91%, O2. You always got to see what you got to always qualify their pulse ox. If it's on room air or if it's on oxygen. And if it's on oxygen, how much oxygen are they having, right? So we're giving them 15 liters a minute non-rebreather. And then end tidal CO2 is 50 still, right? Okay. So now it's our plan, all right? This is our treatment, what we've done or what we're going to do for this patient and how the patient responds. It's not enough to just say, I've done this for a patient. You have to always write, what did they do with that? How did they do? Oh my gosh. OMG. There we go. Oh, Josie's back. What's up, Josie? Hey, you got sick of Jillian's phone?
You literally let me in. I don't know how you didn't notice.
I noticed what, no, I knew that you'd left. Where'd Jillian go? I'm not seeing Jillian anymore. Did she leave?
She said she wanted to go outside.
She's a character. She's that girl. Okay. All right. So on scene, patient is assessed. I always start this way. Assessed with vitals and physical exam with noted asthma attack. Oops. I think my, what was that? There we go. And labored breathing. I always started this way. And again, the reason I started this way is to help me stay organized. I know you don't have to say that you assessed a patient because obviously it's what you're going to do, but this helps me keep my reports in order at work. So what did we do on scene? We did oxygen, 15 liters per minute, non-rebreather with slight improvement in breathing reported. All right. In this scenario, the patient, at least the one not, so I'm going to write this based off of the test that my partner put me through last night. And this guy didn't have his inhaler with him. So I'm going to say, so we put oxygen on scene, patient walks to rig and secured to stretcher. Always say how you did that. It doesn't need to be any more than that. I always just say secured. And then patient reports he accidentally left his inhaler at home. EMS contacts MD control and receives orders for albuterol 2.5 milligrams with O2 6 liters per minute. Patient reports significantly improved breathing Administration. Notes. Sounds. Okay. Patient is transported to Mercy ER with vitals and SpO2 monitored with breathing. Oh, on notes, patient's breathing. Okay. Upon arrival, patient is transferred to ER and care to R. And if we're, and then all you gotta do is take away that. Take away that. Take away that. Just to clean it up. So there we go. There is your, there we go. There's your narrative. There it is. If you've written, I know it seems like a lot, but that's how I write mine. Once you learn how to do this, it goes quickly. I can usually spit out a whole report in less than 15 minutes, including my narrative, right? Because I just fly through them, but I've got a lot of years of doing it, right? So, yeah, so that's how you do it. I will do this with you. I know it's taken a long time, but this is the first time doing it with you guys. But that's what I'm planning on doing for the rest of the semester with these narratives. And I'm going to upload this video on my YouTube channel. And you know, if other people in class want to watch it, and if this helps them, that's the whole point. Because if you were in the field with me, I've said this 100 times before, you wouldn't be running the call, you'd be with me, and I'd put you to work, and then we discuss the call after, right? So I wouldn't run you through this whole scenario. I would say, okay, here's what's really important to know about that call, and then I'm going to write my narrative, and I'll let you read my narrative if you want. So, anyone have any questions on that? Y'all look really pissed. Hayden, you look mad, dude. What? No, you got to unmute yourself. There you go.
I'm just like overwhelmed with all the reports and stuff.
Well, that's what I'm going to do with you.
But no, that's what I'm saying.
You guys don't need to be overwhelmed, because I'm going to do this every week. I'm going to do this with you. You will not going to have to write your own reports on your own. I'm going to write them with you every week. That can take so much stress off you guys. It seems like a lot. I get it. But keep in mind, I'm going to stop sharing. So that's the video. I'm going to stop sharing this. Or I'm going to stop recording.